Good evening, traders. Here's your end of day wrap up covering key developments in the US markets, crude oil and gold. First up, let's talk a bit about the US markets. Investor sentiment took a hit today after a weak 20-year Treasury auction raised alarm bells. Yields surged past 5% again, signaling fading demand for US debt. This was one of the worst Treasury auctions in years, and the message is clear. Foreign investors are becoming cautious about US fiscal stability. Stocks, bonds and the dollar all slipped as the markets responded to rising borrowing costs and persistent concerns around Washington's budget trajectory. Without serious revisions to the Republicans' fiscal proposals, pressure on the US treasuries is likely to continue. WTI, crude slid to 61.26 today, dragged lower by easing geopolitical tensions. Oman confirmed that the US and Iran will resume nuclear talks, cooling fears of a conflict. Earlier this week, markets briefly priced in a supply shock from a potential Israel-Iran escalation, but renewed diplomacy is now in focus. On top of that, US crude inventories rose more than expected, and Kazakhstan overshot its production quota, adding to the bearish tone. All eyes now turn towards demand data and further geopolitical headlines for direction. Let's talk a bit about gold as well. Gold held firm, supported by growing risk aversion in global bond markets. The unwinding of the yen carry trade sparked by Japan's inflation and policy shifts is shaking up traditional flows. If Japan starts selling US treasuries to defend its bond market, US yields could rise further, bolstering gold's safe haven appeal. Meanwhile, China continues its quiet but strategic de-dollarization, ramping up gold reserves and pushing for RMB internationalization. Analysts suspect China's true gold holdings far exceed official numbers, signaling a long-term shift in global monetary alignment. Today's session highlighted fragility across asset classes from treasuries to oil and gold. As fiscal concerns grow and geopolitical dynamics shift, risk management remains key. Stay sharp, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next update.